The houses of assemblies also are supposed to hold the governor to account one way or another, especially with our budgets, because these budgets are presented to the houses of assembly by the governor. But then what we've seen over time might not be the same for every state, but then again, half the time, the governor or the government that's in power has the most numbers in the houses of assembly, and then you hear words thrown around like rubber stamp legislature. Care to comment on that?
Yes, in the democratic system, the legislature is the supervisor of the chief executive. This is simply so because the assembly is made up of representatives of the constituencies. People of the constituencies elect the chief executive, so there is need for them to keep a tab on him. First, we have to design the policies through our representatives. So the work of the chief executive is to implement policies that we have designed through our representatives. And so they are also the supervisors of the chief executive. If we design the policy, we have the right to ask questions on how you are implementing it. We have the right to ask questions where you have acted differently from what we said you should do, or where you have acted differently from what the law says, so whether it's the law establishing the policy or law establishing your office. So yes, the legislature is supervisor to the executive, but unfortunately, our experience has shown that in order to ensure that they are not under any threat, the executive department has usually determined who will go into the legislature. So instead of popular candidates whom the people know to be persons of integrity who can ask questions, stand their ground, and ensure that the proper thing is done, as you find in advanced parts of the world, other advanced countries. Instead of such popular candidates, the chief executive determines who will fly the flag of the party at each local region. So at the end of the day, the House of Assembly becomes an assemblage of boys endorsed by the chief executive. So rather than play the critical role they are supposed to play of bringing ideas to the table of governance and ensuring probity and ensuring that the government is living up to expectation, they become people who answer yes, sir, to the chief executive. So at the end of the day, you have an assembly of yes, sir answering members, which is what people refer to as rubber stamp, because they will do whatever the boss or Oga says they should do. They become boys to the Oga instead of the Oga being boys to the assembly, being a boy to the assembly, because your supervisor is your boss. So instead of maintaining that usual democratic picture and profile which the House of Assembly should maintain, they become an assemblage of Oga's boys. And so they agree and approve whatever Oga presents. That's the rubber stamp character there.